What do we do when someone we love goes toxic on us? We're going to talk about that in today's video. I'm Stacy Rocklein, and I'm here to help you have more harmony, less conflict, and to build stronger connections in your relationships. So sometimes people that we love go toxic for whatever reason. It can be just a temporary thing and they'll eventually make it through, but we have to survive the temporary part. And it can be the poison is directed at you all the time, or maybe it's just in general all over the place. And so you've got a couple options. Option one is to cut them loose. If this is not something that you want to tolerate, or it's turning out that this is not so temporary, but it's becoming more sort of woven into their personality, you can end that relationship. And I'm going to argue that you don't have to be in any relationship. You can end anything. It doesn't matter who it is. You might also limit your exposure to the person so that you can protect your energy. But let's just say, for example, that you want to be in a relationship with this person. This is someone that's close to you, someone that you love, someone that you care about. What can you do in that case while you ride out this temporary period of time? I'm going to give you just a quick example. I have a teenager, and this one is having a toxic moment in his life. And just kind of everything is going wrong. And so there's a lot of negativity being sort of spewed all over our world. And it's really hard energy to be around. And what happens for me is that I begin to withdraw. First, I get frustrated, and then I begin to withdraw. I begin to turn down my love light, right? I start to protect myself. And that's the last thing that I want to do in the important relationships in my life. And this is just an example of my life, right? Maybe it's for you, you've got a partner that's under stress, when the person that we are in a romantic relationship with, building a family with, living with, has lost a job or is going through some kind of depression, they can be temporarily pretty toxic. Or maybe it's a sibling of yours that's suffering depression or something like that. There are a lot of different circumstances, and they're going to come through in the end, but what do we do in the meantime? And what's happening here is you have an imbalance. Instead of getting from another person some positives and some negatives so that you feel in balance, you're getting only negative. So here's an option for you, and that is that you can correct the balance. You can restore the balance by taking your own actions. And an example of my situation is this. I realize I'm getting all this negativity, and I need to remind myself of how great this person is. I need to remind myself of how wonderful they are, how many great qualities they have, how awesome he is, the wonderful things he does. And if he's not going to give me that stuff right now, I can remember it. I can create it. And so this is what I chose to do. I put this necklace on. I've got a necklace on that I'm wearing all the time right now. And every time I notice it, or I see it in the mirror, or I feel it against my skin, I do a gratitude for this kid. Because all the negativity needs to be balanced with something. And when I do that gratitude all day long, and I've been doing it for a while, it changes the way I feel. And it helps me turn my love light back up so that I'm not shutting down and guarded and feeling grouchy because of his negativity. I am still my happy, loving self, and I can feel that and feel protected from the negativity and feel warm, wonderful emotions towards him. So if this is someone you want to stay in a relationship with and you've got a toxic person in your life that's in a temporary situation, if this is long-term, you may need a more serious action. But if you want to stay in this relationship, then what can you do? So notice that, first of all, I have a cue. I'm actually physically wearing something that gives me a cue all day long to take an action. Instead of being grouchy and frustrated, I am strengthening my love and my active love, like how you show your love, by doing a gratitude. So it's a kind of a replacement action. That can be really beneficial when you're trying to set something up. Instead of doing this thing that you usually do, which is like I get grouchy and shut down, I want to do this other thing. So I have a cue around my neck and I have a replacement behavior, which is the gratitude every time I see it. And you could do this too, right? If you've got this problem right now, you can absolutely choose an action that will help to restore the balance so that their toxicity doesn't destroy the relationship while they move themselves through this little section of their life. And if you are in this situation in the moment, you also might be having a lot of arguments in your world with this person. And if you need some help with that, you can get my 11 ways to turn arguments into conversations PDF with some tips and strategies and tools for navigating those arguments and turning them into something that's a little bit more harmonious in your relationship. So grab that if you need it, and I will see you next time.